Well, what's up, ladies? Welcome to night one of the summer reset fast, hosted by Saved in the City. We are live. We are live. Let all your sisters know that we are live for day one session. It's your girl, Brittany, founder of Saved in the City. And as always, y'all, it is an honor every time we're able to get together. So go ahead and do me a favor. If this is your very first time fasting with us here at Saved in the City, I want you to drop a number 1 in the chat as we are getting started tonight. Go ahead and drop a number 1 in the chat. If you new to this, if you're not new to this, but you true to this, and you've been fasting with us for a while, go ahead and drop the peace sign in the chat. I just want to see who's all in the building on tonight as we are getting started. Ladies, we have a phenomenal 12-day experience in store for you. If you have not already, be sure to join in on our morning prayer calls every morning, and then we'll have these nightly sessions every night on our YouTube page. So as we are connecting in the chat, let me know how the day one has been. Let me know how it's Monday, so let me know how day one of the fast has been. And as you're doing that, do you have your devotional? That's right. We have our devotional and our wellness workbook that is along with our fast, ladies. So be sure, if you have not already downloaded it, it is a digital download, or you can order our devotional box and kit. You still got time to do so, and you can get that and you'll get a physical copy of it. So today, as you already know, is day one, and in day one, we're talking about the heart. We got scriptures, devotionals for you, a prayer, reflection questions, and wellness practices, right? For you to check in with your emotions. Now, y'all, I am an emotional health girly, okay? I believe in Jesus and therapy. I believe in being emotional well. And so tonight's conversation, we are talking about all the things, right? From anxiety and emotions and how to navigate through checking in with yourself as a woman of faith. And so I am really, really, really excited about it. So if you are ready, go ahead and let me know in the comments you're ready. But before we jump into the conversation, I want you to tune in to these announcements. Check these out. All right, ladies, so those are all of the things that we currently have going on here at Saved in the City. Be sure to get connected. All right, so are you all ready for this conversation? Because I know I am ready, okay? I love, love, love talking about our faith and our emotions, and I just believe tonight's conversation is going to be everything we need. I have my girl and my friend. She is a therapist. She loves God, and she is fly, y'all. Her name is Abriel Farrow, and we are so excited to have her with us tonight. Let's go ahead and jump into the conversation. It's day one of the summer reset fast, and I told you all I have a treat for you. I am so excited, not only about what we're talking about, but I'm excited for who we're talking to today. If you don't know, we have the one and only Abriel, A.B. Farrow, is in the building.
Thank you.
She is the girls therapist.
Yes.
Like, if you have not followed her on TikTok, she comes for us. Hey, friend. And then she gets us right on together. So I'm so excited that you're with us.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be chatting with y'all.
Yes, and she gorgeous, y'all. Just love the Lord, full of the Spirit, whole and fine. Ain't nothing like it. That's what we attempted to do all summer long. We're trying to glow up in our faith and how we look, and also in being whole.
Amen.
So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're kicking off our fast with talking about resetting our hearts.
Yeah.
I believe in order for God to really be able to work in every other area of our life, we got to really identify where we really are. And so we're starting the fast with identifying, hey, how are we? How we doing? What we doing? Where we at?
Yeah.
So I want to just start this conversation. You know, this is a topic we both are passionate about.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so hard sometimes as women to really identify where we are emotionally and how we're feeling?
Why is it hard to identify where we are emotionally and how we're feeling?
And how we're feeling, yeah. Because most of the time we hear, oh, I'm good.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm fine. You know, we probably can tell other people, we could probably tell you about how other people are doing more than
Yeah.
ourselves.
I think it's difficult to, one, because we don't want to face it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I give language to it and I say it out loud, then it makes it real for me.
Yeah.
And so if it makes it real for me, then I have to face it. And then if I have to face it, then I have to do something about it. If I choose not to do something about it, then I have to face the idea that I have something to deal with, but I'm choosing not to deal with it.
Wow.
So it's like either one of those dynamics.
Yeah.
Or we have this dynamic where if I do share how I'm really doing, what happens when nobody extend what I need? Like what happens like if I tell you, oh, I'm not doing well and there's nothing you can offer me.
Right.
It's like, oh, did I do that in vain?
Yeah.
And sometimes we also feel ashamed. Like if I share how I am, I'm a little bit ashamed.
Yeah.
About where I am.
Yeah.
Because there's some narratives that say I shouldn't be this way, or that I should be able to handle it all.
Yeah.
I should be able to be a strong woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's just so nuanced, it's so complex, and so it's just a plethora of reasons as to why we just feel like, oh, I should be able to handle it all and carry it all, especially because there's nobody being, not nobody, but a lot of people aren't authentic with their journey. So it makes us feel like, oh, if they have it together, it's something I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
And I should have it together too. So maybe I should be quiet because obviously they have it together.
Yeah, yeah. Ladies, let us know in the comments. I know as she's talking, I've probably been in all those different places. So let us know in the comments if you've ever felt any of those things where they're being ashamed, if you wasn't in a good place, or just feeling like, okay, I'm trying to hold it together and take care of everyone else. And because sometimes it's like, when do I have the time to unpack how I really feel?
Yeah.
With all of the responsibilities, always on go, I'm trying to create some time to spend with God. I'm trying to make sure I'm a good everything in my roles. Then I got work. Then we got adulting. It's like, okay, if I know for me, I used to be afraid of sometimes, like, if I really open up this door, I don't know if I'm going to be able to even function, you know?
Yes.
So how do we make time for ourselves emotionally with the busyness and the demands of our lives as women?
I think a lot of times we try to balance instead of prioritize. And for me, balance don't really exist.
Okay.
Balance is when, again, we have all these things. So we try to give, let's just say, 25% to ourselves, 25% to our work, 25% to our families, 25% to our social life. And it just doesn't work like that. I have to give what is in dire need at this point in time. So I love this metaphor of my glass balls and my rubber balls. If I treat my life in a sense of glass ball and rubber balls, everything that is glass, if I don't tend to it right now, it shatters.
Wow.
If it's rubber, if I don't get to it right now, and if I drop rubber, it bounces back up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we treat ourselves as rubber. We feel like, oh, if I put myself on the back burner, I can get to it later. But a lot of times we are glass.
Wow.
And we just shatter. So what that looks like practically, like, I'm a mom. I don't like dishes in my sink. But I also want to spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
So when I come in the house, I have a decision. Do I want to take care of these dishes or do I want to spend time? My preference is to go ahead and get the dishes done. But if I do that, then there goes my time with my kids. Reality is the glass ball is my kids.
Wow.
The rubber ball is the dishes gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right?
That's good.
And so to answer your question, we really have to see ourselves as that glass. We have to prioritize. There's no balance in our life.
Yeah.
We have to prioritize. What is the priority here? Is it my mental and emotional health? Is it the social life right now? Is it my business? Is it my work? Is it my family? What is it? And most of the time, it's me.
Got it. Yeah. How have you learned? So I feel like a lot of sisters are here because I'm here too. How have you learned how to prioritize making sure you're good? Because I feel like our faith is a part of our wellness plan. Right. And I've been talking to my team about that. Like a lot of times I think sometimes we have learned to like compartmentalize, like, oh, that's Sunday. You know, I'm gonna get my, my refill on Sunday and then I'm navigating through the week. But it's like, if I'm taking care of myself, I have to be connected to the source.
Yeah.
Right. And so what are some practical ways you have done or you kind of working through to like prioritize making sure you're good so that you can show up as a mom and a wife and in your business and all of those things?
My faith, you just said something. My faith is a part of my wellness plan.
Yeah, I've been sitting with that. I feel like we need to stop looking at, because I feel like that's a disconnect for a lot of people, because it was a disconnect for me. It was like, okay, I got the God part, but then I'm over here trying to figure out my relationships jacked up. I was over here trying to do all of this other stuff. And it's like, if that is my part of my wellness plan, the same way I'm working out physically, the same way I'm trying to drink my water, I need to make sure spiritually I'm well and I'm being fed and nourished in the word of God and in the presence of God. That helps me be well for every other area of my life.
Mighty, okay, I lost the question. I lost the question. What's the question? I feel like that's
Y'all
the
feel
answer.
me on that?
Is that not the answer to the question, though?
I guess so. I don't know. So what does that look? What is your wellness plan? You're a whole therapist, y'all.
Yeah.
She's a whole therapist in these streets. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So you're helping everybody else with their things.
So it's me.
Okay. So how are you managing being a therapist? Because some of us, we may not have the certificates or the credentials like you do, but some of us are those for everybody in our life. We're the friend everybody call for prayer, for advice, all of those things. How are you taking care of AB as you're taking care of everybody, God's people? There we go. God's property.
Okay, so I am human. Let's start there.
I think we all should start there.
Let's start there.
Let's just do a holy pause, ladies, for the fact that we are human.
We are human. So because I am a therapist and I do know the things, I need a therapist. I need a therapist, and I have tools and the things, but everybody life has specific tools for their lives.
Yeah.
And so I need a therapist for myself. But what I'm working on specifically to be able to take care of myself is to really just carve out a space. What I'm working on right now is to be able to carve out a space. I'm working on what's the language? Is pairing what I do well or what I do now in routine with what I want to start doing.
Okay.
So what is this called? I'm trying to find the language. It's called habits. Habits. And so what I do habitually is make green tea every morning.
Yes.
And so what I'm trying to do is to pair that with intentional time with God.
Okay.
Because that is difficult to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what do I do well already? And so I need to start to, so if I want to make a habit, I'm going to start with pairing it with a habit I already do.
That's practical.
Practical, tiny little habit.
I like that. Y'all picking that up.
So that's what I do.
So you already have your green tea moment every morning.
I already do it. It's already a habitual thing.
So now you're inviting God into your tea time because you're already doing this.
So now I can start a new habit. Yeah.
So how's it going so far?
It's going great. It's going great. And it's a little 10-minute thing.
Yeah.
It's a little 10-minute thing. It's real cute. So yeah, that's what I'm doing currently.
I love that because you know how it is.
Right.
We'll wake up one day and we want to change our whole life.
We want to change our and then you just don't start.
In a moment.
I've done that. And it's like,
and then you defeat
do it
because you done tried that 4 times. Like, it's the middle of the year now. So we started out hot. Some of y'all fasted with us. We go, I'm gonna do this, boom. Whole life changing, period. Boom.
Yeah.
I got a prophecy, I got a word, and then it's like, so I love the practicality of, hey, what are you already doing, right? What are you already doing that you can start to incorporate more of what you know you want to do in that?
Yes. Yeah, it works that way.
I love that.
Yeah, because I'm the type of person that is like, okay, I want to be there now. And then when I think about what it takes to get there, it's like, you know what, don't even worry about it. Let's just start when the hype is like in the new year, when the hype is there. And then it's just like, it's just too overwhelming. So let's just start and let's just take these little moments.
How are you consistent when you don't feel it? Right? Like, how do we, because, as women, I think everybody, but I can just speak for me, right? I'm just a filler. I'm very sensitive and aware of all the things. And when I'm feeling it and I'm excited, I feel like I could just like conquer the world. Like, and most days I do, like I naturally have joy and I'm naturally like more of a happy and positive person. But when I am not feeling it, it's hard. It's like I've
Mhm.
experienced extremes. How have you learned to be consistent even when you're not like feeling it?
Well, to be honest, sometimes I fall off the wagon. And I feel like those are God moments too, because that just remind me of how gracious God is. And so I think those are God moments. But most recently, because I am a little bit more mature in my faith, I sit there. I command my soul to worship.
Oh my.
I sit there and I command my soul. I just think about that song, "Come On, My Soul."
Come on.
Like,
That's my favorite song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Brandon Lake, Gratitude. Y'all also go check it out.
Yes, but no, I literally sit there. I really can't offer more than that. I literally have to command my soul, and I know that my flesh this is the opposite of what my flesh wants to do.
Yeah.
And so I have to command my soul to worship.
Y'all, that's so good. That's so good, because like you said, like feelings, and we're grateful for our feelings and our emotions, right? They're like God gave us to us. They're gifts.
They're gifts.
You know, but we are not to be led by our feelings and our emotions, because they do change. 1 minute they're up, 1 minute they're down. And so I love, from a very practical standpoint, you say, I command my soul. I command myself to worship. And I want to encourage you ladies, as we are doing this fast, like, your flesh is not going to like the fast. Your flesh, like, it's the summertime, let's turn up, right? So it's going to be moments in this journey over the next 12 days where you're not going to feel it, or you're going to want to eat, or you're going to want to scroll on social media. But I love what AB just told us. Like, we have to command our souls to say, you know what, today we are going to worship God in spite of how we feel. Today, I'm going to say thank you. There's a lot of stuff going on around me, but I'm going to choose to rejoice in what's going well. And I believe that is such a part of our wellness plans. I love that.
Yes.
In your practice, I know you counsel a lot of women, right?
Yes.
And so, you know, I just love us, right? I just love us.
You
I
love
love
the
us as girls. But I also know that sometimes we carry so much behind our smiles and so much behind our work. What is the one thing in the line of work you do that you're constantly, with the women that you serve, that you are constantly seeing or having to speak to, particularly in Black women? What?
Well, okay. So a common theme, anything, or just more around faith?
Just anything.
Right now, a lot that I'm seeing is people pleasing, and that's bubble wrap for anxiety for me.
Wow.
That's
unpack that.
Please,
y'all heard that? She said anxiety and people pleasing. Okay, unpack that.
That or perfectionism. That's a bubble wrap language for anxiety. Yeah, but somewhere between perfectionism and people pleasing is what I'm seeing. But it's all anxiety based. So yeah, I'm seeing that a lot. Where a lot of people is just wanting to be accepted. They feel like they are having to shift who they are authentically because they are either too much or too little, and they just want to be accepted. And so they feel like, yeah, I have to reshape who I am to fit in, to be able to say, hey, I belong.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you come alongside a woman that is dealing with anxiety and a deep desire to be accepted, so much so that she's wanting to alter who she authentically is?
That's a great question. All right, so let's talk about anxiety then. So anxiety is created to, one, help us. And my clients, they don't come in understanding that. Anxiety wants to account for what could happen in the future, right? And so when I say help us, because I know a lot of people are like, what? It drives me nuts. So when we cross the street, it is anxiety that tells us to look both ways.
Yeah.
But we don't have a problem with that because it's helpful.
Right.
And that is what it intends to do. But for a lot of us, anxiety takes the place of what our mother should have done, our father should have done. It takes the place of so many things because it over operates for us.
Wow.
And it thinks it's helping. I hope y'all follow it. It thinks it's helping, but it's not. And so it almost creates a codependent relationship with us to help carry us. But it doesn't know that we don't need it in that capacity anymore.
Wow.
And so now it's like, okay, you need to people please, you need to change so you can be accepted. And it's like, it thinks it's helping us and we're doing that, but it's like, no, anxiety, I don't want to change anymore. I don't want to be accepted, because it's like, oh no, it helped us when we were a child.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's like my clients have to go about the business of shifting their relationship with anxiety, because they think, my clients think they need to get rid of it. No, we don't want to get rid of it. We want anxiety to tell us to look across the street. We want anxiety to tell us when we're in danger. So we dare not get rid of it.
Yeah.
We want to change our relationship. We want anxiety to be our partner, not our dictator.
Ooh, that's good, AB.
So that's the work we do.
How do we partner with, oh my God.
It's loaded.
How do we partner with anxiety? Jesus.
We can't partner with it until we change our relationship with it. It's a whole, we have to change our relationship with it. I think one of the first steps I take my clients through, though, is get out of the mode of possessing it. A lot of us possess anxiety. We say it so freely, my anxiety.
Yeah, there's a whole song right now that the whole world is singing, that talking about it. And I'm like, no, we putting the babies on. Like, I'm like, y'all, no.
My daughter is my anxiety. Are you, excuse me?
Yeah. What's the danger
and it's
in
not,
that?
Listen, so good. Again, anxiety isn't good, bad, negative, or positive. No feeling is. Not even happiness. Happiness is not good or bad. It's not negative or positive.
No feeling is good or bad.
Negative or positive.
Negative or positive. No feeling is good or bad, negative or positive. Happiness nor anxiety is good or bad, negative or positive. Okay, I just want us to get that. Okay.
It just feels comfortable or uncomfortable.
And we've associated uncomfortability with something being bad and something to be ashamed of.
Hello.
When it's something that God has given us.
Right.
To help us if we have the right relationship with it.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it.
So what's the first?
Okay. So steps, no. But what tends to happen
Okay. I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm learning.
I'm so excited. What tends to happen is we possess anxiety. And so when we possess anxiety, we don't give it space. So if it's mine, if it's in me, where do I go? Like, if it's mine, like, there's nowhere to go. But if I have a relationship and there is some space between anxiety and me, there's so much I can do with anxiety.
Got it.
And so that's where we start. So a lot of my clients come in and say, oh, no, my anxiety bad. My anxiety. People allow people to say your anxiety. And it's like, oh, no, it's not mine. And so it's the changing of the language.
Okay.
So anxiety is here right now. Anxiety is present. It's present right now. This might seem like a stretch, but anxiety is visiting me right now. Because now I can become more than anxiety. Imagine just saying, hey, anxiety is present right now, versus my anxiety. Now I have more space to be more things other than
anxiety. Baby.
Yeah.
You just a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then from there, once I'm able to no longer take possession of it, right, then where can I go from there with anxiety?
What do you think? I want to ask you.
Well, first of all, I'm just like mind blown over here, because I've never thought of, and I feel that you can put any emotion like that, right?
It is, right?
So I'm like, oh, I want to practice this. I've never looked at it that way.
Think about happiness. We're all chasing happiness, right? So think about, my younger clients, we're all chasing happiness. The moment they realize that happiness isn't mine, that happiness is just available to me, what happens to their life when they realize, oh, it's just available to me? So when I was spending my whole life trying to get to this place, what happens to their life when they realize that, oh, it comes and goes and it's just
Exactly. Well, that's what happened to me. I thought it was over, but it was just beginning. But yeah, I love that perspective. I think one of the things I've had to learn, and I'm still learning, is to hold space for my feelings and emotions and acknowledge them. Right? Like I want to acknowledge it because again, I used to feel like uncomfortable emotions were bad. And so, and that's something I'm still, learning. Like, okay, it's okay to be in this place right now. It's okay to feel this right now, but you're safe, you're okay, you're well. And so I think for me, one of the things I've learned to do and I'm learning to do is just really advocate for myself.
Yeah.
Because I used to be so critical of myself. I would beat myself up. I would talk so negative about myself. I would try to talk myself out of what I was feeling or justifying, well, you shouldn't feel this way because of how someone else feels and all of that. And so I think that's one of the things I'm learning to do is just really advocate and hold space for myself.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, and it's something about just acknowledging it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, okay, I'm okay. And we can move forward.
Yeah.
So that's some of the things that I
think there's honestly like we're taught, or I was taught, or I learned, or I gathered that in the faith, there was no space to feel.
Exactly.
Like if it was because emotions that are uncomfortable are negative. So you have to push
or ungodly. We have to debunk that myth.
It's ungodly. But my favorite story in the Bible, and maybe it's because I'm a therapist, but it's when Jesus wept with Mary and Martha when Lazarus died. Because what that said to me was, although you know what you're about to do, you still took time to weep with me.
Yes.
Although you knew that you was about to resurrect this man.
Come on.
That blessed my soul because the leaders that I grew up would have said, what are you crying for? He's about to rise. If only if you knew.
Just pray.
If only you knew what he was about to do in the next 2 seconds, you would just wipe your eyes. No. And so honestly, what I do when I am in like a very like hard space, I imagine Jesus right there with me crying. Like I imagine Jesus angry with me, even though he knows that a month from now, 2 months from now, he is going to bring life back to me.
Yes.
That does it for my soul. And so I'm like, no, I have permission to feel because Jesus is like, oh, I'm agree with you even though I know.
And the Bible is full of emotions. So why do we ignore ours?
So full of emotions.
I am near to the brokenhearted. Like I'm just like it's full
near
of emotion.
To the brokenhearted.
It's full of emotion. The Garden of Gethsemane. It's full of emotion. Feeling rejected, feeling misunderstood, feeling alone. Oh, you know what, Hagar? I'm the God that sees you because you feel ignored. So I'm going to meet you out here because you're running, because you're afraid. So I'm going to just acknowledge myself as a whole new person that I'm the God that sees you. So the Bible is full of emotion, so we don't have to run from ours. And I believe a woman, a man's walk with the Lord in relationship with the Lord goes to a whole nother level when you allow him to become the Lord of your emotions.
Mighty.
And a lot of us know him God of a lot of stuff, but that's one area we have not fully allowed him to come into, and it robs us of experiencing the fullness of who he is. When I learned him as the God of my emotions and the God of my pain and my frustration and my anxiety, all of these things, it was like I got to experience the comforter, the friend of God, the presence of the Holy Spirit in a way where I could be undone. And it's like, oh, I don't have to have it together. I don't have to try to fix myself up. He can come right into my brokenness, right into wherever I am and meet me there. And I believe that's the type of experience he wants us to have in him.
That's good to me.
I believe that thing.
I also think about like even in the scripture where people are like, well, what about don't be anxious or don't be weary? And I'm like, again, language.
Yeah.
Do not be, possess, become. That don't mean feel. Do not become anxious. Do not become weary.
Oh, so good.
I'm just saying. And then what concerns me concerns God. So if I am concerned about my experience with anxiety, God is concerned.
Because he
as
says,
well.
I care for you.
I'm done.
I care for you. What a beautiful way to start this fast. Because I believe throughout this journey that this is the type of experience that Holy Spirit is bringing us into. The world is getting crazier, right? We look at the news, we look at all of these things, and I believe it's like, he's like, hey, you remember when they were on that boat and they were looking all at the storm and they were panicking and all of that, and Jesus was down there in that boat sleep, and he's like, where's your faith? I'm
Where
your
is
peace. And I believe that this is a place that the Lord is inviting us into, because there's a lot of storms around us, but he wants us to have peace. And I think that peace is not absent of uncomfortable feelings. Let's unpack that, right?
Yeah,
like
peace is
not absent of uncomfortable feelings.
I think you actually need it to experience peace, right? Peace wouldn't be peace
Yeah.
without uncomfortable feelings.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You would need uncomfortability to know what peace is, right?
Absolutely. And it's like, even though I'm uncomfortable, I feel like peace in the Lord is like this assurance.
Peace in the Lord.
It's an assurance. It's like, okay, I'm having this human experience right now, and this is ghetto.
Is that the word? I think it's
this
2.0.
is it, right? This is somebody talk to me, all right? Like, this is let's just to be completely honest, because sometimes life can be lifing. It doesn't make sense. You feel like, I'm doing everything I know to do. I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm trying to be a good person, and still it feels like all of this is happening around me.
Yeah.
But that peace that the Lord gives us is this assurance that you may be going through this right now.
Yeah.
You may be here right now. Things may be changing all around you, but a couple things. Number one, I never change.
I never change.
So, ladies, if you're going through something right now, you can have peace in God to know and be assured that, yes, things will change. People will change on you. Jobs change. You will change. But he never changes. And then his promises for us, he says, I know the plans I have for your life, and my promises are yes and amen. Yes, and so for me, it's like knowing, and I'm assured that God has me.
God has me.
He has me. Good, bad, indifferent, when I understand, when I don't, when I'm feeling it, when I don't. His intentions for me are good. And so I can rest assured in that.
Amen.
Right?
And my favorite coping skill, honestly, when you say like God has me, is remembering.
Come on.
That's been my favorite thing to do. Like,
come on.
Remembering what he has done, remembering where I used to be. Like, that's my favorite coping skill.
Yeah.
Just remembering. That's enough for me.
That's it.
That's enough.
Listen, AB, I want you to talk to the sister that is taking this journey.
Yeah.
She's listening to this conversation. She signed up for this fast. She may be fasting for the first time. Okay. And she knows that there are some emotions and some things she needs to face with the Lord throughout this 12-day journey. What can you say to her? And I want you to speak directly to her to encourage her to not be afraid of what she's feeling.
Sister, friend, I would say to you that because the Lord gave you the feelings that you are experiencing, if you made it this far, you have learned that these feelings are signals to you and that they are trying to communicate something with you, because that's what our feelings do. They are trying to communicate. I don't know if I said that initially, but if you're feeling anxiety, maybe it's trying to communicate, hey, I don't feel safe in certain spaces. Maybe I need to leave certain relationships. Maybe I need to part from different spaces or communities or whatever the case may be. If I'm feeling afraid, maybe fear is trying to tell you, hey, I actually need to jump into different spaces, because that's what fear tells me sometimes. If I feel fear, that means I need to do something, right? Maybe disappointment might tell you, hey, I'm battling with experiences with rejection. Whatever the case may be, lean into what you feel. They're not designed to hurt you. And also, allow God to give you revelation through what you feel. He can speak to you through what you feel. You don't have to run from what you feel. And that you got this. You got this through this fast. You're in the best place. You're in the best hands. You're in the best community. I'm rooting for you. I'm praying for you. And I love you. I love you through this. And I'm so glad that you are connected to Saved in the City. And yeah, I'm wishing you all the best.
Yes, sisters. What a way to start this fast. As AB said, we are so proud of you. It takes so much courage to do this type of work.
Yeah.
And I believe on the other side, you're just getting ready to experience something like never before. I am believing God for breakthrough for you in this fast, in emotions and in your journey, in your faith journey, in your wellness journey, in all the things. So y'all know here at Saving the City, we do this thing, right? And I often tell y'all to just breathe. And so as we're closing out tonight and you're going to spend some time with the Lord, I just want you to take a few moments, sis, before you go to bed and just do some deep breathing. Just breathe in and breathe out, to breathe in and to breathe out. God has you. I hope this conversation has blown your mind just as much as it's blown mine. I got some work I got to go do, some journal writing I need to do. But I love you and I thank you so much. We got to have you back because, man, we got to do part 2 of this conversation. Please. Y'all cannot wait until tomorrow. But until then, we love you so much and we hope you are able to continue to summer reset. You're starting with your heart and your emotions. Talk to you soon.